So I hope you enjoyed playing around a little bit with acquisition and taking a look at how and where to spend your money with your marketing. I find that the acquisition report really helps me with that. However, I think it's very important for us to know that once somebody is on our website, what are the actions they're taking, and are they finding what they need to be finding? Are they spending time on the pages that we've, put so much heart and soul into writing content, etc. And the behavior section of Google Analytics really tells us that. Now, like the previous two, there's lots of different reports that are available here, but we're going to go into the ones that are the most important for you. So the first one I want to point out is the site content. Now, all of these reports essentially give you the same information. So if you want to just find everything in one, I would go to the all pages section. Now, the one thing that's interesting about the behavior reports, I also call them the page reports, just for it just to be a bit easier, is that the columns do change. So as we know before, we spoke about users and new users and sessions. Now you'll notice that it's all very page related. So it will take a look at the page itself, and then it will look at how many people have actually been, how many times has that page actually been viewed, how many times was it viewed uniquely. So for example, I could have been on the home page, gone to the About Us page, and gone back to the home page. That would give my home page 2 views, but only 1 unique view. How much time is spent on the particular pages? Entrances is a really cool one. So how many people's first visits on their site, on them landing on your website, what is the first page that they landed on? And that would be entrances. Bounce rate, so looking at your different pages and whether, and this will only work if the person landed on this page and then did not navigate to another page. So for example, if I look at About Us having an 86% bounce rate, this is in regard to these 15 people that entered on that particular page. And then what we know is that out of those 15 people, 86% of them did not navigate to another page. So possibly they found the information they were looking for, or they realized that we weren't the company for them. Exit is a little bit different. So this looks at all of the visits to that page, and then how much of the time did people actually use this as the last page that they were on your website. So it doesn't mean that they didn't go to look at other pages. They might have landed on the home page, gone to a service page, gone to the Contact Us page, and then decided to go to the About Us page, and then they decided, okay, I'm all good, and then they decide to leave. It will be seen as an exit page as well. So if you take a look here, this is the different page, essentially the URLs. The one where it's just a dash, this is the home page. You'll see on most people's websites it will actually just have the dash. And then this is why it's very important to give your URLs really good names, because it would be a lot easier to actually identify them instead of like maybe it just being numbers or something like that. However, if you want to rather take a look at the page titles, you can go up here and just click over to page title. And now this would be essentially whatever you'd labeled the pages. Now, again, this just shows how important it is to label your pages correctly. So you can see we've actually labeled our home page, home-Metis online marketing. Actually, there it is over here. So if I go to, let's say, this page, let's go to the About Us page. So my URL is Metis Online About Us, and my page title is About Us Metis Online Marketing. So if we take a look here, there's the page title. However, if I went to just look at the URL, it shows me that the URL says About Us. So you can see we've tried to keep ours very, very similar just for easy reading. So yeah, what I like to do on this particular report is I normally search by entrances. I like to take a look at if there's any particular blog articles that have done really well. So I can see, okay, which of my blog articles have been getting the most traction and have people landed on, they've actually found that blog article directly, which is really great for us. Maybe we posted the blog article on social media and the person clicked the link and landed directly on that page. Then it will show over here. We do also expect our blog articles generally to get a high bounce rate because it's just really an article people want to read, and then they're happy and they leave the site. They're not necessarily looking for a service at that point, and we're happy with that. It gives us good sort of traction on the website. The other thing I like to take a look at is if I have any particular pages that have a high exit rate. I'll go take a look. Okay, these are actually forms that people have completed, so I'm not too worried about that. Let's just go on to page views rather. Search from top down, and I'll just run through this and go, okay, this has got a 92% exit rate. Is it a page that it shouldn't have a high exit rate? I'm taking a look. I'm going, no, it's our blog page. We expect that to have a high exit rate, so I'm not too worried about that. If I take a look here, 63%, it's a bit high. What was it? It was one of my case studies. So I might go, okay, well, I'm not actually happy because I have quite a strong call to action on my case studies page. Maybe I need to go take a look at that page and start tweaking it and working with it so I can get that exit rate down. The other part of the behavior section that I like to look at is site speed. So the irony here is that it takes a long time for this report to load, so if you don't mind just holding on while I try to get through to it. But the section that I like to look at is speed suggestions. This uses Google's Page Insights tool, where it takes a look at the speed of your different pages and essentially gives it a rating. So ratings, again, you need to look at the type of website you have. So for example, if you have, let's say, a property website and you have a lot of images, we do expect that to load slower than potentially another type of website. So right now, you generally want to be, I would say, looking at something from a page speed score of about 70 plus. So looking at our own site, we've got some work to do here. So you can take a look here, and there's the different pages, and we see, okay, no, a lot of these pages are just, the page speed score is just way too low. We need to go take a look at it. I mean, we do have quite an image heavy site, but there are things that you can do to rather still try to get it faster, even if there are lots of images. What I really like about this particular report is that it gives you page speed suggestions on what you can do to get that particular page to load faster. So all you actually got to do is click on here, and it pulls it up. It puts the page URL directly in there for you, and it starts to do its analysis. And we're just going to have to just give it a bit of a moment. And what I really love about this report is it actually breaks it into desktop and mobile for you as well. So you can immediately start seeing, because a lot of time what we'll notice on our client sites is that on desktop it might actually have quite a high rating, and then on mobile it has a very low rating. So you can see not a great rating over here, and it will start actually giving you a breakdown of where it feels you need to kind of work with and where you need to improve. So it gives you opportunities. So it's actually saying there's a little bit of an issue with the server right now. So that also could be just temporary, and then tomorrow suddenly it works well again. So again, I would rather work with a web developer on this and seeing where they can improve things. And then at the top you can look at mobile. So there's definitely a major issue on mobile at the moment that we need to look at, and it starts to basically give you a breakdown of it and where we need to spend some time fixing things. So definitely I need to have a discussion with our web developer right now. And then it also looks at like basically user experience and where you can potentially also just get things better with the actual pain points on the particular website. So a really cool tool to take a look at. Those are the main areas that I look at from the behavior perspective and pages and what people are doing on our website. And it kind of goes straight into our next point, which is the conversion side of things. Now, this particular section of Google Analytics can get exceptionally complex. So what we're going to do is we're just going to run through to some of the basics rather. And then, as I said, we can always look at going into deeper on another video tutorial. But right now, let's just keep it to level 1. So we'll go on to conversions. The main section you'll go to is the goals, and you'll go take a look at the overview. And this gives you a breakdown of the different goals that you've set up on your website and how they're performing. So this particular graph is just showing me all of my goals and what's been happening. So I've had 10 goal completions. It tells me the overall conversion rate of it, and then it starts to break it down. So how many people clicked for basically they were looking for directions to our premises. How many people have emailed us? How many people have called us? How many people, this is also another email, have sent us. So really, really great. And then you can get a little bit more information. So it tells you what page the person was on when they actually converted, which is awesome for me. So I take a look right now, and it's actually our lead generation page, which is one of our services pages, which is doing exceptionally well. And this is because we make sure we have a call to action on every page. So if you take a look here, I'm on the About Us page right now, but as soon as I start to scroll down, my call to actions actually come up here right at the top, so it's easy for the person to convert. We also have them here in our footer. So this allows people to convert no matter what page they're on. If you're seeing only the Contact Us come up here, that's probably because you don't have conversion on any of your other pages. So we highly recommend you actually put conversions on all your pages. The other part that's really cool is you can click here to source medium, and it tells you where the people came from. So as you can see, this is actually duplicate information. We saw this earlier under the acquisition section, but if you just wanted to get everything to do with goal completions in one place, this is a report that you would utilize. We don't have an e-com site, but essentially anything to do with e-com you would find under here. So give you an indication of what products you've sold or what particular brands have sold well, etc. And then the level 2 section is the multi-channel funnels. And basically what this tells us is how people have what was their path to purchase for them to convert. So we've got 2 conversions with people that have basically interacted with our website on multiple occasions before they converted. And the problem that we have is if you look at the acquisition, it will only show you the last way somebody converted on your website or the last interaction they had, but you want to maybe see if maybe somebody interacted with your Facebook post and then maybe came back to the website via Google Organic and then they converted. You would want to see that Facebook actually did help the conversion. So that's what you can look at under the top conversion paths. And I can see over here, like for example, we had somebody that converted, they came to the website via paid search, they didn't convert. They then came back to the website via organic search, and then they did convert. So now under acquisition, this would only be showing under organic, and you'll see immediately it doesn't actually show under paid. So if I look at Google CPC, it tells me near 0 conversions, but organic it's telling me 5 conversions. And so this is why this report is really important, because I would take a look at it and say, oh, maybe we need to scrap Google Ads, it's not working for me. But when I go take a look at this top conversion path, take a look and I see, oh, well, this person actually found me initially via my Google Ads campaign. So it did help with the conversion. And maybe that I decide because of that, I want to keep it around. So this is very much the simple version of Google Analytics. I definitely would want to put out something a little bit more complex, but for now, this will definitely get you through, and it will definitely help you make great business decisions as well as marketing decisions. Good luck, guys, and enjoy playing around.